Customer acquisition cost is up, and it's not always something you can control, but you can control what happens after the click. Here's the simple reality. If someone hits your site and bounces without you capturing them, you're paying again later to get them back. And if you capture the email, you have a second chance to convert that same click without buying the click again. That's why a dialed pop-up plus a dialed welcome flow is one of the highest leverage moves in e-commerce. And it doesn't replace ads, it makes ads pay harder. Before we get into structure, here's the rule. Every brand is different and depends on your offer, your tone, your visuals, your product cycle, your price point, all different. So I'm not gonna pretend there's one magic flow that fits everyone, but there are non-negotiables. If you want the click to turn into revenue, you must capture, route, and build confidence. Help them choose and close the loop. You can customize how you do it, but if you skip these steps, your welcome flow becomes random. Pop-ups are what you use to capture user info. Welcome flow is the conversion mechanism, and the goal is not welcome to our community. The goal is convert first orders without destroying your margin. Bad setups either capture poorly or send generic emails that don't move decisions forward. So the only lever left is discounting harder. That's how brands end up with welcome flows that make sales but still lose money. So here's the flow map. It's one welcome email, then some more filler emails. I call them filler because that's how most brands treat them, but they're not filler. Each one has a job. And after you deliver your welcome, build credibility and reinforce the decision to subscribe. Then you break the pattern with a text-based email to share your origin, mission, and values. Then you differentiate yourself from your competitors, which we will get into. And after that, you can pick the route of whether you want to increase the offer or just give subscribers a reason to follow any socials beyond the cliche staying connected. Then you end with a final reminder, which we'll talk about later in this video. This is the foundation structure, and you can add complexity later, but you should be able to make money solely off of this alone. Here's the welcome series setup in Klaviyo. The trigger is simple. Someone joins your newsletter and they've opted into email marketing. Now they enter the welcome flow and we add basic filters so the flow only goes to the right people. They must be allowed to receive marketing, and they must not be bounced or suppressed, and they must not have placed an order yet. If they buy at any point, they exit the welcome series and move to the post-purchase. Then we add one conditional split after email 1. If they didn't open it, we resend the same message with a new subject line after 1 to 2 days. That's it. So email 1 goes out right away. The goal is simple. Deliver what they signed up for. The discount code is at the top of the email, centered, and it's impossible to miss. We use a static code in the header image, and the CTA goes straight to the bestsellers with the discount already applied. So there are no extra steps. After this email, we run the conditional split. If they didn't open the email, we resend with the new subject line after 1 to 2 days. Email 2 goes out 1 day later. This one builds confidence. We address common objections and we reinforce the offer. We lead with reviews, testimonials, and user-generated content so the buyer can see real proof fast. And the purpose is to reduce hesitation and make the decision feel safer, right? Email 3 goes out 2 days later, and it's text-based. This is where we sound human. We share the founding story or the brand mission. It's short, it's personal, and we do not hard sell. We lightly remind them about the offer and sprinkle in a little proof. If the brand has a face, this is the email where it fits. Email 4 is us versus them. It's important and it's sent 36 hours after the text email. The goal here is not to attack anyone, but the goal is to make the choice feel obvious. We call out the difference between this brand and the generic options people compare to. We highlight specific differentiators and bestsellers, features, sourcing, and results, and anything competitors just can't match. And if we have room, we add testimonials. The CTA stays clean, one main CTA, and we can use multiple benefit angles in the copy, but they all link to the same place, so it stays simple. So email 5A is only for brands that allow an offer increase. It goes out after 60-hour delay, and the incentive is elevated for a short period of time. We only say it ends in less than 24 hours if that's actually true. If you want real timers, we use dynamic discount codes, and this email can also point people to brand social channels. If we can't increase the offer, we send email 5B instead. This one goes out after a 2-day delay, and the goal is to deepen the relationship. We promote the main social platforms like Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube, etc., and we give a real reason to follow. Email 6A is the final reminder. It's text-based and it's warm and direct. We acknowledge they haven't purchased yet without any pressure, and we answer key FAQs that usually block that first order. We show appreciation for subscribing, then we add a small nudge with proof like what other people did when they joined. Email 6B is the same job, but it leans harder into the founder's voice. It sounds like a real person. We keep it short, we answer FAQs, thank them for joining, and then close with one clear next step. So the welcome series is built for new subscribers only. The second someone purchases, they exit the welcome series and enter the post-purchase flow. That's the handoff. Welcome gets the first order, post-purchase sets up the repeat purchase, which I will make a video about real soon. I'll be also building this live on Klaviyo in another video, so stay tuned for that as well.